Hey guys, welcome. It is Crystal, and you guys are joining me today on Bubblegum Kush. So, I've decided to change things up a bit. I'm no longer gonna do just tutorials on here. I'm gonna be basically giving you guys updates on my crafting and updates with my new website and updates with just everything, when my shops are going to be released, when I'm going to probably do some of my shopping, and I'm going to show you guys all the new items I get in as I get them in. I'm going to be doing these every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. If I don't make it at 6 p.m., it'll be around that time, but usually I'm going to do my best to stick to 6 p.m. So, with that said, today I'm going to be making, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do homemade cutters, and also I'll show you guys some of the things that I got in this week. I think it's going to be pretty fun. So to start, what you'll need is a aluminum can of any kind. I chose this orange vanilla Coca-Cola. It actually tasted really, really good. And what I did was I cleaned out the inside of the can. I cleaned mine afterwards. I ended up having little sticky pieces of Coca-Cola resin on here, and yeah, I just wiped it down. But I highly advise that once you're finished with your soda or whatever drink you have in your can, just rinse it out with some water, unless of course you use water. It was canned water, but yeah, just rinse it out and then go ahead and chop it up. I cut the bottom and top off of mine. I used a X-Acto knife. Now, I did do this earlier, and I did have it recorded, but my internet connection was really wonky, and so it cut out all that footage. Yeah, about 30 minutes of footage. So I'm actually kind of glad because I get to move this along a little faster. Anyhow, you're gonna get right here where you have the can cut as evenly as possible to get the most out of it. You just want a nice sheet like this. And then to flatten it out, what you want to do is you can use a book, use a ruler, just something just to get it as almost as flat as possible. I mean, it's still gonna curl, but you just don't want it super curly where it keeps springing back because it could cut you. So just get to where it's a nice sheet of aluminum for you. And next, you'll also want to, what you'll want to do is take some graphing paper, and you'll want to have it the same size as this. That way we know what we're working with ahead of time. If we can do it on the paper, we can do it with the can. This way we'll use the paper templates here on this, and we don't have to worry about wasting the aluminum can. We'll get it done right the first time. So what I did was I took a separate little strip of paper that was the same length as this, and I wrapped it around. I taped it at the edges, saved about 1 centimeter, and then pinched it in the middle. And then I just start taping it on this graphing paper so that I could make a nice little heart shape. And remember, I used the perimeter of, I used the length of this so that I could get the proper perimeter for this heart template. So now that I have this, I know that this goes around it perfectly. And what I'm going to do is figure out exactly how thick I want it to be. And I'm actually going to go ahead and make it a full 1/3 of this. Sorry. So I am going to just cut that off of the main template. Now this template shows me how much of this is going to be left once I do this. And I know this goes around it, and it has about 1 centimeter fold, which is 2 of these little blocks right here. And so then the rest of it, and I'm going to go ahead and make some marks where that fold is. And this is, of course, where we're gonna indent it and put it inside to make our closure. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw lines for that. You get something that looks like this. Hopefully that focuses well. So, once you get that, you'll want to fold this in half. And remember to leave that little fold out. Perfect. And you'll want to fold it both ways. And then you'll make another little line where that fold is. And now for the fun part. Forgive your ears. Take some packing tape or whatever tape you have. But thankfully I have a nice thick packing tape, so I only have to do this like twice. One for the front side, one for the back, or you don't even have to do the back if you don't want. You can do one side. I'm going to do two because I kind of want it like laminated. And yes, if you don't want to work with the aluminum because you're afraid you might cut yourself, you can do this step right here that I'm doing with cardstock, and it will work. It's not going to work as well, I'm not going to say that, but it will work pretty close. And you'll definitely end up making, you'll end up having to make another cutter a little sooner. It's not going to last quite as long as... And I didn't get that on there perfectly straight, but that's okay. It's going to press it down. But as I was saying, you could do this with cardstock too. Instead of using just the graphing paper, you could back it with some of that really thin cardboard, or use the cardstock and then tape it. Fold it into the shape that you need, and then just tape it together, and you'll have a cutter. You'll have a paper cutter. But, yeah, so, that's another way you could do it. That one's a kid-friendly version. But I actually want to make my own little set of cutters, of custom cutters that are gonna last me a while, because I like to make multiples when I do projects, so I need something that's gonna last. I don't know if any of you guys have shops, or if when you make items for your shops, if you guys like making multiple of one item, or if you're a more focused artist where you're not trying to make like a bunch of them, you're very like artistic and you like making individual pieces and putting a whole lot of time in them. I'm a mixture of both. I like my filler, what I call my filler pieces. Then I like having just my limited pieces where I have a decent amount of them, but not too many. And then my artistic pieces where it's just that one. And see this, if you did this with cardstock, it would hold its shape. And then you just fold this part in, and then tuck it, and then you'll have your cutter for your paper cutter. But we are not doing paper ones. We are doing an aluminum one. So take your template, place it over your aluminum, and you just hold this down. I'm gonna grab a marker. Now you could just straight use your blade If I ever am able to recover the original footage, I'll show you guys me doing that. But I honestly do not think that was a smart idea. I really could have cut myself pretty bad. It actually was curling up and popping back on me, and I just lucked out, to be honest. So the best way is like this. Just take permanent marker or just something that'll mark the aluminum. And then you can pull it back. You just need to pull it back a bit so that you can see the fold lines, and you're gonna mark those. And this is the part where I highly recommend you have a ruler. Now this part's gonna try to curl. And to be honest, my folding lines don't have to be too perfect right now. But I do want to see where they're supposed to be at. Alright. Just to make this a little easier. Now, I'm going to take my shears and do this part. Because I want this very, very straight. I do not want to waste any of this. Because I'm trying to get the most I can out of this can. Oh God, I'm so silly. The things that make me chuckle. I swear. It's like I'm a child. I'm just gonna go back and cut this way. Alright, I'm gonna put this to the side. And now, that I have this, I'm gonna go ahead and put those folds in here. I'm gonna kind of fold them a little bit. And I know that this part right here is on the part that I'm gonna tuck to close off my cutter. Now this part is a little particular because you do have to put, you're gonna end up putting a slit in this end of it, so just make sure you have that, what's the word for it? Just make sure you leave space right here so that you can make an indent, and also just be careful when trying to make an indent. So now the next thing you do need to determine is how deep do you want your cutter to be. The reason why is because you want this edge to make as smooth of a cut as possible, and in order to do that, and also you want it to be sturdy. To make it sturdy, we're gonna need to fold it. But to get the smooth edge, and also if you're gonna be using this for clay, or actually I highly just recommend you use it for like clay or some type of dough or cutting along those lines. When you fold it over, if you go too deep, what's going to happen is the clay or whatever is going to get caught up in it, and it'll make it a little difficult to clean. So the best thing to do is to know what you're going to be making with these and leave that much space. Also why I chose to make mine a little thicker. Mine's about 1.5 inches, so that I can fold it over 1/2 inch to give it that sturdiness and still have about a 1/2 inch of just a free line. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. And the reason why I kept those fold lines too is to make folding it easier, because if you fold it over and you keep that straight, you should also, your edges should still be straight at the end too. Alright, so here goes. Now be really careful. Again, this part is sharp. And to make it easier, because I just tried to freehand that fold right down. That was not about to happen. Take your template, especially because it's the same size, and just pull it downwards. So you know about how much of a fold you're going to get on this. Now see, I know that that's my halfway point. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw out how much I want folded over. Just making sure I keep that even, so that way I can fold it over evenly. And I'm going to use that marker again. Alright, so while I'm doing that, might as well talk to you guys about some of the cool items I got in. Over the weekend, I bought a bracelet loom. I was really happy with my purchase because the bracelet loom is originally $55 and I was able to get it for $15. There was a coupon in the mail for it. And also the store had it on sale earlier in March, and I at the moment didn't have I didn't have enough money for it. I mean, not that I didn't have enough money for it, it's just I had made a budget and I had specific items that I wanted to buy, and that was just kind of one of those, ooh, well that's cool. But I didn't want to give in to my impulses at the moment, so I figured, you know what, if I have extra left over, I'll come get it at the end of the month since the sale for it should still be on. And what do you know, it was. So I picked it up, and I'll be showing you guys what it looks like, but I'm probably not going to use it until either Thursday or next Tuesday. I also got in a mold today too. I forgot which one it was because I do order a lot, so we'll see what that is. Alright, so for my heart template, this is where we're at, and I folded it over. I think that looks pretty awesome. I am so happy with this. To give it more sturdiness, you could flip this one again underneath itself, but I'm not going to go through that step for right now. I'm going to go ahead and just pass on that. And then here's that little inner flap we did. This is the one that's going to tuck it together to make a nice cutter. So if you guys can see this, this piece right here, just make sure that you have a slit in it to cut it upward so that it is stay even when you're cutting. I don't know how to say this to make it make sense, but basically the little end flap, the extra little centimeter, make sure you cut it halfway up so that this pokes upwards. The reason why we do this is so that it won't double up and make an awkward indent on your clay or whatever you're deciding to use to cut this with. Next thing you want to do is go go ahead and fold this part upward. Once you cut it, to kind of seal it off in a way. And what you could do is you could use some packing tape. I actually would recommend that, to be honest. Or you could use some epoxy, not epoxy resin. You could use super glue, or you could use UV resin and just hold it there, have this held like this. But what I'm gonna do is the little piece that I want it to tuck, I'm actually not gonna tuck it. I am gonna take this part right here and push it inside of that one. It does make it a little off though. Alright, you know what? There's all sorts of ways you could finish this. I think it's going to be left to preference. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get a good ending on this. But yeah, basically, at this point, you could darn it. Okay, this is not behaving. Alright, so, you know, we're going to do what I had originally said. Just fold it upwards. You could even tuck it back inside. And then we're going to go ahead and just tape this with packing tape right here. And just press it flat. Make sure that it's flat on the surface. And I'm going to use packing tape. And I had a little piece over here. There we go. I'm just going to use the packing tape and attach it together. And make sure that it's super flat. And my little piece fell off because I've been playing with it a little too much. But it's not going to have any effect on this. I am using the packing tape right now just because I want to make sure that these pieces are closed off together. And make a nice little seal. But again, as I said, there's other ways to close this. You can use super glue, you can use UV resin. This packing tape for now is doing the job, actually. And I'm just going to bend mine inward just a little bit more for my heart than I want it to make. And make sure that looks as symmetrical as possible. Because I like my hearts a little curvy at the point. But here's my heart cookie cutter. Made from a Coca-Cola can. I think that looks pretty cool. And again, you could do any shape. Like any shape you want. So you know, I'm going to go ahead and do another one of these just to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that little sheet of aluminum. That's left. And I'm going to grab this little template again because we're going to make it off the same one. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this. And I'm just using a Sharpie. You can use whatever type of marker you have available, as long as it will mark on the aluminum. And I'm just gonna kind of, again, this time I have a pretty steady hand and I can draw pretty straight, so I'm just marking where my folds are gonna be. Now this one I don't have a heart shape, so I don't need to keep that center fold, at least not just for that. This one I'm just making a rounded one. Just to show you guys how to make a nice basic one, and then you can just shape it from there. And this is still a little jagged. I want my edges as straight as possible. And then this part is that little fold. And then, like before, I'm going to make a fold line. Now this one I am going to recommend that you do a double. That you double it up. So you figure out how much you want left, or how deep you want your cutter. I want mine about 1 centimeter. So I have 1 centimeter on that side. Got 1 centimeter on this side. So now, just gonna mark it. Great. I'm gonna measure this. I have about 2.5 centimeters, so I have about 1 inch right here. What I want to do is make sure that I'm able to fold it twice. So I'm gonna make 2 lines for folding. And this is just for sturdiness. So the line above where I wanted my cutter to be, which is 1 centimeter, there is 2.5 centimeters above it. So I'm marking it at each centimeter from the line that I started. And of course my template falls to the ground. That's fine. And my cutter. Okay, I'm not gonna try to play with this too much more. I'm just gonna get my measurement in really quick. It's not a happy camper. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. I got my lines. So, it's going to go ahead and start folding on these lines. And the first one's going to probably be the hardest because it's so thin. It's only 1/2 centimeter. If you have a flat nose plier, you could use this. To help you do this. I'm just going to use the back of my scissors for now. Once I got the fold. And this part is just for sturdiness. And then I'm going to do my last fold. And this is the fold that makes it really neat looking and really strong. And I love the heart-shaped one I made before, but the difference is this one was only folded once. So you can see how much space this is going to take up. Well, as far as height-wise. But I do have the same amount of cutting space as with this one. It's just it was that extra folding, the extra fold makes it just a little stronger. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and use that little fold. I'm going to make a cut on that like I did before. Well, the other one I had folded it so much back and forth that it got weak. It's going to fold this upwards. And then I'm going to put some packing tape on this. And then now you have a rounded cutter and you can shape this any way you want. So let me go ahead and grab my packing tape. Alright, there we go. Sorry, that took me a minute. Like, there we go. Alright, so now you have this, and you can shape this however you want now. And it's super sturdy. Me, I'm just kind of using my hands and going around it and pulling it just to round it out really well. And this is super sturdy, super strong. So I'm actually just going to take this and I'm going to get it out of the corners. And you can use scissors or you can use pliers, whatever you have available, your hand. And I folded mine into the corners. So I have a awkward little square shape for this one. I wasn't going for perfection. Show you why in a moment, because I'm gonna rebend it. The only thing I will say is make sure that whatever shape you create, make sure that it's flat. That this part right here that's gonna do the cutting is flat. And make sure you watch for where that seam is. And I'm just pinching this one so I can make like a nice little awkward star shape. Well, of course, I'm going to work on this a little bit better and straighten it up more. I'm going to bust out this needle, and not needle, flat nose. Or I think this one's a bent nose. Sorry, but it flattens. Just going to use it to help me pinch these. So there we go. Now I'm just going to widen this a little. See if I like the shape that's coming out. And I do, it's not bad. It's different. And there's my little cutter. So, yeah, these are cutters made from a aluminum can. That is my hashtag. This is my hack front / tutorial on how to make a cutter from an aluminum can. You really need like nothing but paper, some scissors, marker, and an aluminum can. And of course packing tape if you want to laminate it. And like I said, kid-friendly version. Substitute the aluminum for cardstock. They just won't last as long. And then you can use these templates again later. I'm going to cover this with packing tape and then put it in an envelope so I can have it later on. And I'm gonna save the rest of this for another project too. I really don't waste a lot of my materials. I try to find something to do with them, especially my stationery and clay and cord. I love that stuff, and I hate wasting any of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that up. Get it out my way. Get my tape out the way. So then I can show you guys what else I got today. As I was mentioning earlier, I got a loom. So this is the loom I got. It's called Digiloom. Hashtag instant fashion. It's an electronic interactive loom. 8 exclusive patterns to make. So I guess there's a little program that I'm supposed to download, and it allows me to make patterns and write things. And then I guess I plug that into the loom, and then I'll be able to make little bracelets with it, with that pattern. And I think that's pretty cool. And again, this was originally $55, and I picked it up for $15. I am actually going to open it up and try it out either this Thursday or next Tuesday. I just thought it was cool to show now. The next one is this little package. I know it's a mold. Which one I completely forgot. Again, I buy a lot of stuff. I actually have a lot of new items that came in. But again, I wasn't too organized, so I don't have it set up to show you guys everything. Plus, I think it would get pretty annoyed if I showed you every single day everything that I buy. So I'm going to try to narrow it. I'm going to try to narrow it down to just during my vlogs. And oh my goodness, I'm in love. I've wanted this mold forever. It's got little hearts of all shapes, and well, little hearts of, it's all the same shape. Little hearts in different sizes. I am in love. I can't wait to use this. And it's shiny too. I love shiny molds. Like, I'm not a big fan of matte molds whatsoever, because that just means I have to do an extra step and glaze afterwards. So, you know what? Because I have it out and I'm already filming, might as well try out my new mold, right? So I'm gonna grab my UV lamp, which I happen to have handy. I have a mirror, again, somehow happen to have handy. I have some UV resin dye. You know what, I'm going to use a very, I'm going to go ahead and use, what is that? No. Alright, am I going to use anything? Yes, I'm going to use this gorgeous dark purplish color. I have a little cup somewhere near. I just have many of these little cups. I'm going to grab some UV resin. Had it handy. And then I also have this resin too, but it's more of a soft cure, so I will mess with that later. Gonna put a drop and a smidge of this purple. And then thankfully I have my glitter handy. And I'm just going to pop in a few sprinkles of some holographic. And I love this glass glitter. I'm going to pour in a little bit of this silver. Yep, I think it's silver. It's not the antique gold. Not vintage silver. This silver glass glitter. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to add anything else. I am going to grab a toothpick though so I can stir it. Gonna place that down. Not down, I'm gonna lift it up and scrape all the resin down and then just mix it. And so I am so stingy with my resin, I really am. I'm gonna get every little ounce of it I can. Alright, and I think it will all fit into this one. And sorry for the silence. I'm almost done filling it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get myself sticky. Yeah. Yeah. You. Alright. That's most I'm gonna get out of that one. And gonna pop that. Underneath for hot minute or two. In the meantime, guys, while that's curing, I'm gonna go ahead and open this back up. So, I really love this planner front slash bullet journal because it's allowed me to be extremely organized and to put everything just down on paper. Because I swear to God, I never ever and even though I can easily put it in my phone, I never ever look at my phone enough. And every time I put things in my phone, I just swipe it away. So there was no point in me trying to use my phone planner because it just did not work for me. I'm not one of those obsessive phone people. So for me, putting it down on paper worked really well. I was able to actually just get things done on time, or at least in a timely manner. And I didn't procrastinate as much. I actually just got things done, and it's overall made me a lot happier. So with that said, what I have planned for this weekend. You guys are going to see this all posted up really soon. Sorry I didn't get it posted yesterday. I just completely spaced. Again, I had a tragedy happen. Just someone who was really close to me passed away this Friday. And rest in peace. He was a great man. And I'm going to be upset that he's gone. But I'm going to wish for the best and for his family and go from there and move forward. So Sundays are my day that I'm going to take to clean my craft area, clean up my room, because right now my room is like half room, half craft area, and got my computer desk and everything going. So yeah, Sundays I reserve that day for doing all of my cleaning. And I also take that time to do my weekly planning. I just like sit down outside on my balcony because right now it's nice and kind of breezy outside. So I make me some nice tea and just chill out there and plan out my week. I also am going to do my iMVU updates on Sunday. So for those of you who follow me on iMVU or you are familiar with me or you know me from there, yeah, you'll see me on iMVU actively on Sundays. I will actually try to be in my office there, but for the most part, I'm just gonna be open to answering questions and talking to people because I'm gonna be posting my Club Bubblegum Inc. updates in the group there. And yes, the website is now working, clubbubbleguminc.com. Visit me there. It's still in beta mode. A lot of things need to be done, but it's up. So Sundays, yeah, CBI updates. It's going to be Club Bubblegum Inc. updates on Sunday, along with iMVU and my crafting. I'm also going to take that time to do FAQ post. So Sundays, I get a lot of people ask me questions throughout the week, all the time. So I'm going to take that time and also choose 1 or 2 questions, and I will make a blog post on it. And so yeah, this Sunday, FAQ was, the one that I chose was how do I get followers? Because a lot of people ask me, how do you have so many followers? How do you get a lot of followers? Honestly, I don't have very many on, at least in my opinion, it's not a lot. I've had a lot more on other platforms. I just, to answer this question, I just don't think you need to focus on the number of followers you have. You need to focus on the real followers. And what I mean by real followers is not just the filler ones. Okay, so let me break it down to you. When it comes to like Amino, Facebook, Instagram, there's people who click your stuff once because they saw one post that you like, and they'll probably never really interact with your page again or actually follow up with you. Those are filler followers. It's nice to see the numbers grow, but at the same time, they're not super beneficial to you. What you really want are to have true fans and actually turn your followers into fans. And the way to do that is listed in that blog. I have 8 steps that will help you to gain real followers and to make a beneficial audience for yourself. One that's just true to you and just one that'd be, how do I say this without it coming off awkward, but it's just, you really want your followers to count. And you want your fans to count. That's where you really want to put your focus and your energy. You want to put it into people who actually care. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, simply. Basically, if you want the full answer, or you want my full thoughts and opinions on that, check out my blog. I posted it on Crafty. It's called FAQ, How Do I Gain Real Followers? And I listed it in there in detail, more fluently than I can mention as of right now. For some reason, when I'm live, I'm not very elegant whatsoever. But yeah, that was last week's FAQ. Sundays doing FAQs. So moving on from that, Mondays. Mondays, I'm just reserving that day to do my actual blogs. Monday, you'll probably see blogs that are mostly blog. They're mostly going to be my crafting blogs. I'm going to post up maybe a new craft that I did, or maybe something that I did from past tutorial. I'm going to just show it off and put it in a blog. Tuesdays are going to be, like right now, it's going to be a vlog, or a vlog, a video blog. And I'm just going to basically do my weekly hauls. I'm probably going to show you how to make something like I did with these awesome little cutters right here. And then I'll share some of my hacks that I have with you guys. So, yeah, that's going to be Tuesdays. Wednesdays are going to be my work in progress blog. I'll show you guys anything that I'm working on that week if I get around to it. If I don't, I probably won't show it off. So Wednesdays are, maybe you'll see a blog, maybe you won't. Thursdays, I'm going to do another video vlog. Again, it's going to be pretty much the same as Tuesday, but different content, probably a catch up too. And I'll also show you some of my shopping plans, or any future projects that I might be thinking of, and the materials that I might that I feel like buying, or I might actually take you guys on a shopping excursion if I decide to go shopping that day. And Friday is just going to be like Monday. It's going to be a regular blog day. I'll find something and show you guys that. And then Saturday is going to be when I do all of my shop updates. Everything now is... Okay, so I've completely moved off of Poshmark. I'm no longer doing it. I've had too many problems with them. So I decided to move everything to clubbubbleguminc.com. So all of my stuff that you want to buy will be on there. One day I may add my closet again, but I'm not sure I'm going to use Poshmark to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. I will again get this posted up soon so you guys can see it and follow it a lot easier than just hearsay. And this has cured all the way. I don't sense any gumminess. Oh, that is so cute. I'm very pleased with that mold. I will have to find a little home for you. Or maybe I could like make another one and put this on top. One way or another, I'll figure out something to do with that cute little heart. But thank you guys. This is hitting the 1 hour mark. So I really appreciate you guys watching Crystal's Bubblegum Kush, whatever the hell name I come up with for this crafting corner. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys like these type of vlogs over the past ones that I've done, and we'll go from there. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.